Yes.
Dito gives us the rerolls, and I think it's Bruce who gives Frank.
Much appreciated.
No, there's a German watcher who gives me the rerolls typically. Mohammed is very good to you.
Yeah.
But Bruce often gives Frank the rerolls.
Frank.
Yeah, he usually. Yeah, he wants to mess us over.
But last time I give Frank one because you were very brutal against him. So.
It happens.
You were being mean to me. Right. By the way, just for information, I did go live on Twitch just now.
Yay! Hi, everybody.
But it's low format today. It's like
very relaxed.
Shooting the breeze, having a look what we can do with this weird crossover that you came up with.
Mm-hmm. As I said, I've run this using Demon Lord. But I want to play Weird Wizard.
I bought actually all the Shadow of the Weird Wizard as PDF only.
Yeah.
So I've got it all here. And I always wanted to play it because it looked pretty nifty. But I thought, there's a lot of reading to do. So I'm very, very happy that you're offering to run it for us. And I always wanted to play the Enemy Within campaign. So
yes.
Perfect.
Win. So, I'm just gonna. Is everyone in? No.
We're just missing Martin. He's
Martin
like 5 minutes away.
No, in the in the foundry.
Oh, Foundry and the Forge. There was an invitation
So I've
on Discord somewhere.
There is an invitation on Discord.
It's not Frank's, it's Paul's.
Yeah, it's mine. Yep.
Is there?
Yesterday at 10 to 10. You scroll up, look for the invite.
10 to 10.
Paul, is there any way in the future, not now, that we can take the character sheet and pop it out?
You can't do that in Foundry, as far as I know.
You can, there's a module called Pop Out. With that you can.
Ah, right. Okay.
Take it
I was literally a friend was asking me about this on Saturday because I run stuff on Saturday using Foundry. Where's my pen gone?
Oh, you've got me as Sherry, and I think I am supposed to be Goldie. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You are Goldie. We're live, but you're Goldie on your.
But in Forge.
That's your character, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your character name.
Yeah, but how do I sign in?
You just choose Sherry.
Yeah, I got Sherry, but it wants a password.
Just don't bother putting in.
Oh, you don't put it in.
Oh, okay.
We're not sharing the Foundry or Forge.
Yeah. Nifty.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Everybody needs a password. I don't understand.
No. The secret password is.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
All right, let me just check because it doesn't look like Sherry's got a character. Have you configure open it? What it's just. Oh no! Yes, no. I've given you that one. Let me just. Check
My character's currently called the same as me. That's not.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I set it all up.
I knew my name like weeks ago, so
you should be able to go in and change your stuff.
It may be the only thing that I've actually kept the same.
I did just figure out my character's name by Baby Boy's names, old names, German. So he's going to be Bernard, a brave bear.
Okay. Well,
nice.
We will. I have a number of different tables that we can have a little play with.
Yeah, I'm just having.
And we'll step through. Oh, you can see. Have I made them available?
No. I was just looking at your name forge. I was just trying to make a.
Oh yeah, there's
a
name
for myself.
Yeah, there is. I don't remember installing that, but obviously I did. It might have been installed as part of Weird Wizard, but I'm not sure. Because I've installed the Weird Wizard thing, and the Weird Wizard's basically evolving. I have changed certain things within Weird Wizard, so halflings and elves ancestries have changed ever so slightly.
Are they in items or?
No, they are nowhere. I will.
Okay. You'll just let us know.
You have no access to them at the moment because I didn't want people playing because I was still fiddling, and I
Absolutely.
didn't want somebody going, "I don't like that," and when I
No,
hadn't
that's
finished.
fine. Yep.
Um,
I already
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like it.
I don't care.
You don't care. No. Yeah, good start.
So I've got some rollable tables for professions, where you're born, and then we'll just take it from there. I've got a few questions to ask you all about the town, about Delberz. Admittedly, we're only staying in Delberz or I wish you'd call it Delberz, but it's not Delberz. It's Delberz. Is it Delberz?
Delberz.
If it's Germanic, the Z is like a T and an S, so it's Delberz.
It is Delberz.
If you want to have a Germanic pronunciation.
Yes, I've been pronouncing it right then.
So Paul, before we get into the actual
Wrong for
stuff,
being right.
can
Yeah.
you explain, because you know the progression of first all the way to fourth edition, why does Delberz float around to different locations?
I don't know. I don't care. It's where I.
So you're using
we're using the old version.
old world. Okay.
Yep, the old world. You've
So
got to
it's
remember basically what's happened with the old world is there was the old world, and then it exploded, and then we had Age of Sigmar, and Games Workshop said we'd never ever going back to the old world, and then they brought the old world back, and in that period, things moved around basically. So, in the new fourth edition of the Adventure series, you start in a town called Delbryn, but screw that, it's Delberz. You're starting in Delberz. It's going to be Delberz, and it's going to stay as Delberz.
And it's south of the Three Sisters, right? And close to Utrecht?
No. I'll show you where it is.
Throw away your
all right.
old,
Don't
your
worry.
old atlas.
All
We
right,
don't need
I'm
it.
just gonna. I'm not even gonna go there anymore.
We
Nope.
know one place, and it's Delberz. We know nothing
Basically,
else.
Delberz is basically, well, you might know somewhere else. You might come from somewhere else. But Delberz is basically slightly northeast of Altdorf. Altdorf being the capital of the empire. But let's wait for Martin to get on before we dig too deep into that sort of type stuff. And he should be here soon.
I wonder whether he's dialing in from his Christmas party or not.
No, he said he was able to
Go home.
He said he'd be home at half seven, so he's home-ish now-ish, possibly.
Yeah, good.
Don't look at the score,
So-
Dido.
All I'm seeing on my screen is Frank's person going up and down, or it's just tiny names, and it's a black
That's
screen.
the mouse
Oh,
pointers.
can't you see?
No,
can't
you
you see
haven't.
the?
You
No.
have no
No,
tokens. you have
we can
token
all
vision
see
on.
our mouths, our mice
All right,
going
so that
around.
is
It's in.
maps. No, it's Empire maps. And then I've got to.
Those are the two ticks I
configure it.
always forget when I put you on a new scene.
Where is it? So
It's
the
in configured
vision-
settings, isn't it?
Vision or
is it
lighting?
in lighting?
I think it's
maybe
then
it's-
token
Token
vision,
vision.
and
I uncheck.
the two check marks that you need to uncheck, and then
Okay, so does that make a
Now
difference?
See something. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Thank
Oh, yeah.
you.
Well, we still see your mice going around, but
Oh,
Yeah.
this is normal.
So this is Delberz. This is basically where you've been for the last minimum 10 years. It's up to you to determine where you've been beforehand, because you might have come from somewhere else, wherever. But this is Delberz. I'm also going to give you this. This is like a there we go. So this is a I've given you a contents of mood images basically. So it's just to give you, mood images of the empire. That's like there's a town, there's a town streets and sewers. Just didn't copy very well that one. I don't know why. And then you've got like another basically
a mercy house.
a mercy house by Shalaya, Shalayan basically, who is the goddess of mercy and healing. You got pictures of road wardens. There's river docks, basically, some farmers, and that's it. I thought
So it's more 30 Years War than it is fantasy. or a fantasy take on.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
It
you've got like it's almost Elizabethan because you've got flintlocks, you've got repeating pistols, but that's like really out there tech. That's some dwarvish tech, basically, extremely rare and difficult to get a hold of. But they've got tanks.
Oh,
Dwarves have
Warhammer.
tanks. It's Warhammer, basically. So you know what I
Mm.
mean. So what all the weird shit that you've got in Warhammer, you've got basically knocking around in this world.
do you have
Um,
do you have orcs like
yeah, big fucking
Warhammer
green
orcs?
they're Warhammer orcs.
like
So
Yeah,
if
they are not
mushrooms.
wandering around. They're called greenskins. They're not mushrooms.
so if we give
That's
them
40k.
something red,
So fantasy
they're gonna
Warhammer
get
orcs
better.
are not mushrooms.
Not in my world, anyway.
Ah,
They
okay.
are orcs. They are called greenskins. They are the enemies of the Empire. They are definitely not wandering around the Empire. Well, they might be, but they're not wandering around the Empire openly. You
Okay.
wouldn't bump into them wandering around the streets of Delberz, and if you did, you'd be basically pulling out a sword and stabbing them, most probably. Um, if you had a sword in the middle of the street, that's another option, another discussion.
Are dark elves a thing? Or is it just elves?
You have dark elves, but they're not. They have been and always will be the same color as other elves. There's no distinction, unlike old D&D, where there was like a distinction between the coloration of elves. They're all exactly the same. Yeah, there is evil elves. There's even rumors of evil rat men.
Ratman.
The Tomb
Um,
Kings are no longer a thing, aren't they?
sorry,
Tomb Kings of Camry. Like
there are
being, on the other side of the world, but
yeah,
they
that's
got
on the other
cut
side of the
and-
world. But again, you've heard of some of the weird and wonderful rumors you may or may not have heard. It's up to you. And any sort of lore that you might know, you can take as just like something you heard down the pub from Bob, sort of thing. When you think he might well have been talking shit, but you're not sure. Talking rubbish. Sorry, very frank.
Oh, don't worry too much about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff out there, and we'll experience and find it as we travel, because you will be traveling outside of Delberz, even though we will be describing it a little bit, just to give you a little bit of interest. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
I like the look. I wanted to play Hexen as Frank knows.
Oh yeah,
And
all the
it
Hexen
has
stuff
that
is
same feeling.
We'll still get to play Hexen at some point.
At some point, yeah.
At least when it comes out in English.
So yeah, as I said, technological level, knocking round, you've got printing presses, you've got semaphore towers, you've got, as I said, firearms, cannons, bombs. There is
A judiciary.
a judiciary. There are witch hunters, and yes, depending on the type of witch that they hunt, because there's different types of witch hunting. So like you got witch hunters for Moor. Basically they mainly go around looking for necromancers and undead. You've got traditional witch hunters looking for evil men and women that serve the orders of chaos. You have knightly orders with ridiculous heraldry and massive almost sort of like helmets which are ridiculously plumed. Yeah. And you've got basically lots of people with rifles and guns and even, as I said before, automatic weapons. Not as in like, repeating rifles or anything like that, but they're just weird, weird tech or engineering weapons, basically. And there's a new engineering school. It's a big thing. There's a new engineering school in Altdorf that the Emperor has basically set up.
So if we kill someone, or when we kill someone, there is there could be a consequence if we're caught.
You could well get hung.
Ooh,
Okay.
Hanged.
Okay.
okay.
If you commit murder, you are going to get hung
If they catch us.
if you get
Yeah.
caught. Yes. But you have
Now-
to remember, the bigger the crime, the bigger the bounty. And you might get the priests of Verena after you. And that's bad.
Bad news.
Because they are magically empowered paladin types with divination magics and lots of discerning magics, basically. So you've got to remember there is magical detectives out there.
Have you figured out a way to kind of mesh that magic, those magic abilities with what we have in the book for Weird Wizard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it's divination. There's a divination tradition.
Okay.
But, Martin, for instance, will have skullduggery, which helps being a little, evasive.
Skullduggery, good word.
But I'm not saying there isn't a criminal underclass. There most definitely is a criminal underclass, and the judiciary some in the judiciary, as in law enforcement, might well be corrupt. But you know what I mean. I'm still, you know what I mean. I'm not saying there is no way to do crime, but it's to be taken care with rather than just I'm just going to stab him.
So no murder hobos. Ah, there's Martin.
Speaking of
Hello.
murder hobos,
Making
I don't know why you're saying that.
because he always accuses me of being such a bad gut person, which he's so totally true about. I did an assessment of all of my characters that I've played online this past year, and they really are assholes.
So
I knew I was right.
You were right.
welcome everyone. Martin,
I
welcome.
didn't talk about it.
That's all right. No. I'm just going to click show players again so people might see a pop up again, just to give you a little bit of a. So to give you a little bit of some mood.
I love the art.
examples.
I love the art that comes out of this game.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
good, isn't it?
Awesome. It really is
Yeah.
good.
So we'll have more of that when I get my finger out and do a bit more setup. I've got quite a bit of this game set up, but I need to set up more. There's a lot to set up.
Yeah.
And I had my first time setting up a map. God, it's so difficultness.
I can
I
show you
have
some
great-
tricks and some tools.
I have great
Okay.
respect for Frank. He has some great videos.
Right,
out
I
there.
need to. I will need to go and examine that. So, I invite you all to the to Delberz. You should have each assigned a character. And what I am going to do now is I am going to configure ownership on. So if you go to items, which is the little
Bag.
what's it? Yeah, the little bag. You may or may not be able to see stuff in there.
No, it's empty
Not
at the
yet.
moment.
It's
Not
blank.
yet.
You should be able to see something in there now.
Ancestries.
Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to basically. Let me just get my book. We'll step through character generation. So the first thing that you'll need to. Is that weird? No, that's the right one. Is choose your ancestry. So if you like to choose one of those, all you need to do is grab it and drag it onto your character, and it should automatically set everything up for you.
Yeah, the
has.
human.
Yep.
What is it we're doing? Our ancestry?
Ancestry. So basically, what sort of do you want to originally be? So Frank, what are you going for?
I've gone for human.
Human.
Mm.
Dido.
Human.
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 We have a human hobbit. Julian.
Human as well.
Human, and Martin.
Yep, human.
Okay, well, which is appropriate because as the Empire is mostly humans, there is a small contingent of what's the word? Halflings, and then you've got elves and dwarves knocking around as well. Halflings are predominantly from the Moot, which is their own sort of kingdom. It's not kingdom. It's their own sort of like region that they control. It's sort of to the southeast of where we currently are. That's where most hobbits come from. Most, but not necessarily all.
Hobbits or halflings?
So halflings, yeah, halflings. Yeah, sorry, it is halflings. Sorry, playing too much One Ring.
So I'm the only divergent character,
which is appropriate,
which makes
for
sense.
the setting.
Yeah.
Again,
That's great.
It doesn't really. Either way, it's fine. So the next thing we're going to do is just for fun. This is not. Do not take this in as a written. We are going to. If you go to the rollable tables, or can I just drag it into the chat? If I just open that.
The profession?
Yeah. Oh, you've got it. If you go to rollable tables, which is basically two to the right of the little items, there should be a professions link there. If you can right click that and then click roll, and let's see what each of you randomly choose. Now, again, this is just for fun. If you don't like what you roll, you do not have to keep what you roll. But so, William, you started with a hunter. Now, if you click on the little thing, it gives you a pop-up and gives you a little bit of description.
And now we don't have permissions to see the pop-up.
All right, let me sort that out. That's because that most probably is a thing in it. So let me just go to professions and give you configure ownership. There you go. So we got hunter, marine, singer, caravan guard. Is that it?
So far.
Yeah.
So far. So we've got young.
No red catcher, I see.
That's Frank. No, nobody managed to roll that, unfortunately, or fortunately. So
I'm stuck on how do we roll it?
Okay, so you on the rollable table, right click it and then click roll.
I don't see a rollable table, so I'm like really.
Okay, so you know where you had items at the very top right hand corner. There's like a load of little icons.
Right. So we've got your talkie bit.
Yep. Then you've got swords. Then you've got like what looks like a map. You've got actors, items, journal, and then rollable tables.
Oh, okay. And then it's got professions.
Yep. And then right click profession and click roll.
Oh, okay. Right click. There we go.
Okay. So mercenary soldier.
Mercenary soldier.
So is that everyone rolled?
No, okay, hang on a sec.
No worries. again,
I went onto the character sheet and I clicked a plus next to profession, and it gave me a profession.
Oh,
oh,
I don't know if it
Clever.
just took the first one in
Oh,
the
let
Oh
me
list.
have a little look.
wow!
I didn't know that. Let me have a little look. See what it's giving you. Oh,
I've
no,
got-
it's
oh,
just giving
it's
you new
common.
profession. Just giving you new profession, basically. So yeah,
Oh, is that what it does? Okay, let
yeah,
me
just
read
give-
it.
All
So
right.
do we
I'll get
carry
rid of that for you.
over? In my case, it's the caravan guard.
You don't have to have it if you don't want it.
I just
Yeah.
would like to know what it
These are
means.
just okay. So you should be able to
The-
click on it and get all the information now.
Still said don't have sufficient
No,
permission.
No,
Really?
I'm
I've given
getting
you-
a.
Yeah, it says don't have permission. Yeah.
Oh, let me just configure ownership. All right.
Excuse me for eating
Remember-
in the background.
It
Observer.
doesn't do subfolders, so you have to do it
It
at the
doesn't
lowest
do
level.
It doesn't do subfolders.
No, it doesn't.
No, you have to
subfolders.
do each.
What a git bag.
So the lowest level of folder you have to share.
Okay. All right. Configure ownership.
I learned
says-
that the
it says-
hard way and swore all along.
There's a macro you can use to do it.
Is there?
Configure ownership.
Yeah,
That's weird because basically I've given you ownership to, to the top level. It should, you would have
It doesn't
thought it
inherit
would.
now.
It should inherit because criminal, configure ownership,
Gosh,
observer. All right, I'm getting through it.
mugger. I can be a rake.
Oh, I want to be a criminal.
No.
Configure ownership. Again, if you want to be something specific, you can be something specific.
Animal handler. That's an interesting one, but
It doesn't give any advantage. Just a fun background.
Just theme, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah.
It isn't. It's a fun background, and then any time that fun background will be applicable, you'll get a boon on the roll.
In
So you
this
go,
case,
because I
okay,
am a X, this is applicable to Y, and I'll give you a boon.
all right. I go with apprentice magician in this case.
Oh, is that what you rolled, or is that what you want?
No, I wrote hunter, but since I will be playing
Yeah,
a
no,
mage,
that's cool. So literally,
Yeah.
if you want that, you don't have to choose what you rolled. So just basically
Yeah.
just go into academic and just drag that onto your
stun.
onto your character, and that should give you. It gives you a number of different things. So, or is it is it academic? Apprentice
Yeah,
magician. So,
academic.
for instance, apprentice magician, it'll give you a bonus language, which is arcane. You've got basically you've studied the magician. You've got learned some stuff about magicians. So you've got basically gives you like a background skill or knowledge skills about magic and things like that. Plus, also you are brass 3,
Whatever that means.
which I'll explain in a bit.
I'm going to be busker.
You're going to be a busker. Okay. Just grab and drag.
Done.
I think I'd like to be a charlatan.
Okay.
Wouldn't we all?
Fits well with the character.
Okay, I rolled for a singer, but I don't think my previous vision of the character will go
again,
with it. Yeah,
if
but
you want-
I'm
If you want to
thinking,
be military, just go into military.
yeah,
Be a squire.
I'll go with the mercenary soldier because my
Mercenary
previous
soldier.
ones-
Yep,
yeah,
just drag, and mercenary soldier. Basically, silver 1, not bad. You start with an axe. You do actually start with an axe. So I need to again drag the items onto your, which will be in weapons.
my
Configure around the shit. So I'm just configuring stuff.
I assume the traits and talents that then keep appearing on a character sheet is because we've got like a kin, a race, and our profession populates that.
Yep.
So I rolled on commoner.
Yep.
And I got baker, which actually makes complete and total sense.
Okay, just
But
drag it
no one
on.
would want to eat your buns.
Your pies,
Yeah, because they're laced with poison.
they probably.
Yep, it's all good. As I said, it was just for a little bit of
Yeah.
interested people wanted to do that. So after the professions,
The items from the profession, shall we drag it as well, or we leave it?
yeah,
for-
you can drag those. I've got your weapons. I am just going into armor. We've only got weapons and armor at the moment.
Yeah,
Just let me
so-
just make sure. Can you see
Oh, yeah.
weapons?
Yeah, you already added, I guess. Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
just sorting armor out.
Yeah, I'm adding the X. Okay.
All right. Yeah, cool. Figure ownership
I am weaponless.
at the
I
moment.
start with
I
a
have
dagger.
cutlery.
Chopsticks.
Yeah.
A fan.
There can be deadly weapons from the kitchen.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Next, configure ownership. I just need to do some more stuff. Can you look at your? Well, let me just configure that then. You can't see it, but you can now.
Start with a dagger.
I'm just
Deadly
going
cuts,
into the
two tiny bottles.
configure ownership. Just making sure. I'm just going through everything, basically, just making sure you've got access to everything. The unfortunate thing is, Julian, we currently do not have access to spells.
Mhm.
They haven't done the spells yet, but we'll and I think Martin might suffer from that, but we'll sort it. It's not a big problem.
I couldn't work out whether you get spells at first level.
Yep, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk it all through.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Goldie?
see a monk among the religious options.
Okay, so did you want a monk? As in, what do you mean?
Yeah.
As in, do you mean a D&D type of monk? Or did you mean
Pugilist.
a tonsured person that basically sits in a friary or a nunnery? That sort
Exactly. That sort of.
of type.
I
So
understood
that
Ferrari there instead of
that
friary.
would be either an acolyte, a minister, a missionary, or a scribe.
Or prophet.
If you go into religious professions, basically.
Okay.
And obviously, you'd be an acolyte of a particular religious order. I think I have got everything viewable now. Okay, so I've done that. Let me just see where you all are. Okay, so just to help.
Okay, so
5.
What about miscellaneous items? I see your armor, weapons.
Yeah, we currently don't have those set up.
Okay,
This is a currently work in progress. The Foundry module for this. Any sort of thing we'll just manually add. Basically, we'll sort it all out in the interim, in the time that before we actually start playing. So, who am I missing? Danfer, Maple, Martin. Yep, Sharon, Wolfram.
there we go.
Right, okay, Wolfram. Okay, so currently we have a busker, an apprentice magician, a mercenary soldier, and an acolyte. So you don't get two. Do you want to be an acolyte, Sherry? Goldie?
I wanted my background to be an ex-soldier, so.
Yeah, you only get one profession.
Oh, okay.
Choices.
I'll go with.
It basically described how you made your living prior. Basically, there's nothing saying that you couldn't have basically joined a religious order and basically become a cleric. or is
Right.
it priest? But you were originally a whatever you wanted to be.
Right. So I'll be an acolyte.
Okay. All right. So, yep, cool. All right. So we got a charlatan, a baker, a mercenary soldier, a busker, and an apprentice magician.
Mhm.
Cool. Right. So, oh, why is the acolyte not got? Just bear with me a second. You haven't got any.
A
you haven't-
uniform
All right.
and
Just let me-
archaic, in addition to your other
let
languages.
me just sort out, help you sort out ancestry. You are human. Why hasn't that entered? The character already has an ancestry. Oh, right. Let me just bin that. Yep. So there we go. Okay. So and then just and then you wanted to be an acolyte, didn't you? So just bear with me a second. Oh. There we go. Let me just bin that one. Yes. Okay, so brass 3, brass 3, brass 3, brass 2, silver 1. Ooh, it looks like Dido is going to be the rich one amongst you.
Peasants.
Brass 3, brass 1. So basically, those stand for your current social standing in the world, basically. Brass being lower class, silver meaning middle class, and then there's gold for upper class. Now, what they all effectively equate to is how much money you earn a week. I think it's a week. It might be a month, but bear with me. I'm pretty sure it's a week. How much extra money you earn a week? I think. Just bear with me a very, very quick second. As I just check that, so I don't want to. Anyway, it gives how much money you basically earn over living expenses, basically. So if you just basically sat at home and just did, your job that you've currently got, you would earn that amount of money per. Per time. I'm just trying to find. There we go. No need to look it up. I'll tell you now. It's per. Where is it? Going to market social standing. Try and find it. I will find it anyway. But it's basically works out to be basically you get the number of silver is in D10s and the number of coppers or pennies is in 2D10s. So if you're brass 3, it's 6D10 copper basically that you got in the particular period of time. I think it's a month, but
Brass 1 is poor.
Yeah, brass 1 is pretty poor.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Okay.
Hand to mouth. So
should we roll something for starting?
No,
go?
No. It just gives you a general idea. Plus, also how you are looked upon by society. Basically, people with brass 3, which is most of you, look down upon brass 1 and brass 2, and people who are silver look down upon. It's a very class-oriented world, basically.
So brass 3 is the highest tier of brass?
Nope, it goes up to brass 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
It goes up to brass 5, silver 5, and then I think it goes up to gold 8.
Oh my.
Gold 8 is the number of gold pieces per period that you earn.
Now,
In terms of money, we have no money.
Yeah.
At the moment, you have more money. You will be getting some money, so don't worry about that.
Does that improve our status? Like as we gain
As you
monies.
gain levels and choose other things, it will improve your status. Yes.
Okay.
And I will let you know when that happens.
Okay. So the brass 3 was determined by our
Profession.
profession. Okay.
Yep. Just to go over the money, it's crowns, shillings, and pence. There's 20p. There's 12p to a.
I'm glad you're struggling with
I
it.
always get it.
I'm glad you're struggling with it. Yeah. There's
Yes, it is. It's 12p. So
12p
I got
for a
it.
shilling.
12p to a shilling.
20
shillings to a pound. To a crown,
took.
basically.
And one more for Guinea or something.
Yeah.
You've
no-
got
this
half
is
a guineas. You've got guineas. You've got bobs. You've got. There is lots of
Japanese.
coin denominations in the world, but we'll keep it simple by just having crowns, shillings, and
Give us
pence.
a
Because you've got halfpennies, you've got farthings, which is quarter of a copper piece, or quarter of a p, quarter of a penny. A farthing will usually buy you a beer or stuff like that. It all depends, basically. We'll again.
So unlike D&D,
shit
we're
beer.
just not throwing around gold pieces, for our meal
No.
and stuff like that. Okay.
No,
So nobody is playing the accountant profession then. Okay.
no.
That would be you.
No, I cannot.
But are you silver 1 or silver 3?
Silver one.
Silver
okay.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
He's loaded.
So I think that's a
Compared to
D10. Yeah, D10 per. So as I said, we are based in Altdorf. In Delberz. I just quickly things I thought I'd remember and didn't. No. Not wrong. Okay. So the next thing we need to determine is starting equipment. You start the game with 2 crowns.
Where did I steal those?
Okay, so that's basically 2 gold crowns. You have a dagger. So I will drag a dagger onto
Oh,
each
I
of
had a
your...
tag already.
Well, you get another dagger. Congratulations.
2 taggers.
2 daggers.
Is that 2 daggers I see before me?
I'm dragging the daggers onto your character sheets. So
Okay,
just
so-
Excellent. So we don't have to do anything. That's perfect.
don't have to do anything.
Awesome. I see it show up. That's great.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I can see it.
So you start with a dagger. You start with a backpack. Again, I haven't got backpacks to drag on at the moment, but we will get there. We will get there. You get a backpack. You've got water skin, provisions, 5 torches, and a tinderbox. Now that's your stash at home. You all live in Delberz, so at the moment. You then have the options of one of the following options, basically. So you can have brigantine armor. Now, brigantine armor is basically plates of metal that is basically riveted between thick felt. So it's basically like a banded mail equivalent, but you can't see it. It's a brigantine. Basically, looks like a very posh breastplate, and it looks like it's what D&D. People who looked for D&D when they were setting up armor in D&D, it's actually studded leather. It's not studded leather because studded leather is not a thing. What they confused studded brigantine for was studded leather. And basically, brigantine is like plates of metal in so it's like a heavy-ish armor. You can have a brigantine armor, a shield, and a club. That's your first option. The next option is leather armor, a shield, and a longsword. Leather armor, a short bow with 20 arrows. Padded armor. Now, padded armor is basically a gambeson, which is basically what you normally wear underneath other armor. There's a gambeson, padded armor, quarterstaff, 2 blank books, a writing kit, and 3 poultices.
So padded armor is less than leather.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's just bear with me a quick second. I don't want to lie to you because I can never
But the
remember.
padded
Both
armor is
light.
essentially the mage starting kit
Mm.
with the books and writing equipment and stuff.
Yes, it's
Or is
mage
there
card.
any like mechanical benefit to going with the less armor?
Yeah, it's on page 57. So it's padded is an
It's
11
11.
defense. Yeah.
Yep.
Leather is a
11.
+1 and
Is
12.
11 or yeah, plus 1 or 12.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Brigantine is 13 armor. So, or the other option is a leather armor, a short sword, a sling, and lockpicks.
That's for me.
Okay. So,
Leather armor.
leather armor. Are you able to all drag that on yourself?
Yeah.
So it's leather armor, short sword, a sling, bullets, and lockpicks. Again, we'll remember that you've got lockpicks. I haven't got the items set up yet. There was a lot of work. I have done quite a lot of work.
It
on this,
takes
but,
work, absolutely.
It takes ages.
What can you suggest? Like, which
well,
would be best for my character? Where I don't want him to have a lot. I don't want him to have a weapon. His weapons are his fists.
So are you going to be going fighter with basically punching? So I'd go the padded armor option. Padded armor, a quarterstaff, 2 blank books, writing kit, and 3 poultices.
Okay, but my
quarterstaff you can go walking with. You don't have to. You don't have to fight with it
okay.
if you don't want to. Do you know what I mean?
So I'll do that. But where
I will say that I'll sort it out for you, Sherry.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I will say if you at first level you will be fighting with a Bane basically with your fists until you get to next level, sort of. Yeah. You get a boon because you're a fighter, just because you're a fighter when you're punching things, but because you're punching things with your fists, it counters out. So you won't be attacking heavy with a bonus, so to speak. But we'll cover that bit in a bit. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll drag it on for you.
Yeah.
Quarterstaff,
Thank you.
Sherry. Quarterstaff and padded armor.
Yeah,
Just
since
get
I'll be
that.
the tank, I'll probably go the brigandine.
Okay, brigandine and a club.
Yeah, and a shield.
Yeah.
I just think I want leather armor. That's it. I'm not gonna have a shield.
Okay, you don't have to take it if you don't want it. So what are you having? Leather armor, a short sword.
No, I've got 2 daggers. That suits me to the ground.
You could have a leather armor and a short bow.
I'm a lady, so a lady doesn't have a short bow.
Oh, okay. Just
Why not?
Yeah, I'm part of royalty. I'm upper class.
That doesn't
so
fit
I
in
just,
your
okay.
bag. So
I just want something appropriate.
all right.
What's your income? Brass 1?
No. I'm Anna de Aquitaine of Britannia. So
Oh.
I've travelled a long way, and I'm one of the royal family.
Well, do you have a hawk then? A
No,
hunting bird?
Oh, I have servants who have hawks. Back where I come from.
Oh, come on. Even the upper class England, they have like their little fox runs and stuff. So hunting is a
servants that do
sport.
that. Yeah, I have
I
servants.
have servants for that.
Everyone got their equipment.
No,
Yeah.
throw me the same as Frank. I'm gonna have the short sword and the
Okay,
lockpicks.
Frank, have you got yours? Or do you want me to
I
get it
picked
for
mine,
you?
yeah. Short
Okay,
sword,
right.
leather armor, bullets, sling.
Sword, where are you, mate?
if
Short
you-
sword.
If you press Control and Space,
Oh, I
pop
have a
up.
sling instead of a short bow.
Yeah,
Up.
I have enabled that. If you hit Control
Yeah.
and Space, you can actually get your stuff in it because
Ooh.
you've got all access for it. But I've dropped short
Yeah.
sword and leather armor onto you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm loaded with weapons. I have a
Sling.
club. I have a club and a dagger and an axe. I'm loaded with weapons.
Yeah, most of you're not wandering around the streets with it. I will.
Yeah.
Will say that
No,
the,
only the dagger. Only at the head
most
of the dagger.
probably. Well, we'll discuss that when we discuss Delberz in a little bit. So is that everyone got their equipment that I've Is everyone good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So the next thing we determine is what's your novice path. So I know what Sherry is. Sherry is going to be a fighter. There you go.
And where do we find that?
I will.
Oh, you're dealing with that. Okay.
Oh, I think Sherry's already added a path.
Did I?
Yeah, you basically you've clicked in new path and added it. I'm just trying to remove that.
Okay, yeah.
That's all right. Yeah,
Click
there you go.
crazy.
So I've added it for you. So there you go. So that gives you, if you look at it, you should be able to mouse over your traits and ability, and they give you basically, you ignore the requirements for wearing armor, using weapons, and you roll the attack with 1 boon. If you get a critical success on a roll to attack, you can roll the damage an additional time and use whichever one is highest. Bad. And then you got combat recovery. You can use an action or a reaction when you are harmed to heal half your damage total. So in other words, if you've taken 20 damage, and again we'll cover what that is in a little bit. The other thing, Sherry, do you want to be okay? So you've got to choose your statistics now. You're a human, so you get +1 on 2 of them. But you want good agility because you're playing a brawler, and brawlers use agility to punch people with. So I'm advising a 12 in agility. Yeah.
Sure.
You can either have 11 strength, 10 intellect, and 10 will, or 12 strength, 9 intellect, and 10 will. Now, the way this system works is you get a bonus. Your bonus is determined by taking 10 away from your stat. So if you've got a 9 stat, that's a -1 on all your intelligence rolls, basically.
So it's on a D20.
That's
isn't it?
okay for I don't
Okay.
care about intelligence. It's
Okay.
more agility and strength.
Okay, so there'll be 12 for both, and now because you're a human and a cut above the rest, you get to add. You check to choose 2 of your ability scores and increase them by 1 each. So you could, if you wanted to, start with 13 strength and 13 agility.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I will sort that out for you.
And I would prefer like a low intellect and a low will in order to boost up the other.
You can't change them any further.
Okay.
You get like it. There's each class has got like a static list
Tables,
of abilities basically.
Okay.
There's 6 of them. Basically, you can minimum 9, maximum 12 is well, there's maximum 13, but that's by the by. Okay, so that's you up to a point. Is there any other fighters that we have? I'm guessing Dido.
Yeah.
So I will drag fighter onto you. Unless, no, you haven't done that. So what do you want? Do you want to be super duper strong, as in 13 strength? Or,
Yeah, I'll probably go with the more of a tanky characters. So I will go with the number 5. So 13.
number 5,
strength.
13, 10, 10, 10. And then which 2 you're adding an additional 1 onto?
Probably the strength and agility. So 14 strength and 11 in agility.
Okay. Right. That's you sorted. Any other fighters? I'm just asking. I'm guessing that's a no. Any mages? We have 1 mage, which is Yulm.
Yes, please.
So have you got a character name now? Are you Kurt?
Yeah, I'm Kurt Drach.
Okay, so you're an hour mage. You get to choose 2 traditions, but we'll sort that out in a second.
Yeah.
First things first, ideally you want intellect and will.
Makes sense, yeah.
you get a choice, between, and remember, because you're human, you get to add one onto 2 of your stats. But the options are, well, you can have it'd be 9, 10, 12, 12. So that'd be strength 9, agility at 10, and then 12 in both intellect and will.
Yeah.
Or you could be a little bit more intelligent at 13 intelligence and 11 will. Totally up to you.
Yeah. And I assume intellect is, the base for
It's
my
for casting spells. Yeah.
Yeah, and will is for keeping the spells
Resisting
going?
stuff and potentially, hurting things.
All right. I think I'll go with the 12-12 split.
Okay, so you're going to knock them up to 13-13 because you get to add 1 to 2 stats.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay, so 13-13 then. Oops. Cool. Any priests out there? Martin is going to be a priest. Are you? Lady Anna de Aquitaine. Okay. Cool. So I've
Between you and me, one of my many names.
awesome. So I'm guessing you want high intellect. Are you bothered about strength?
No, I was thinking low strength.
So 9 strength, 10 agility, 13 intellect, and 11 will.
Yeah, there's not a 10 strength one, isn't there? That's because you've got to have a 9, I suppose. No, you do. Yeah, why isn't there a 10 strength one?
Well, you could increase your strength to 10 by using one of the 2 bonuses you got. And then you could knock your intellect up to 14, for instance.
No, 9 strength is fine, I think, because realistically, I have no plans to go into combat.
Okay.
Because I'm a lady. Ladies don't dirty their hands with fighting. Okay. I have my servant warriors to help me.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that'll happen.
So I'll therefore increase intellect and
willpower, or intellect and agility. Because you are a little bit of a ducker and diver, wheel and dealer.
I know.
You know what I mean? If you want to be ducking and diving and opening things, that will require agility.
Where does willpower come into the game? Where's it used?
You use it for basically resisting spells against you, and if I remember correctly, casting spells as well.
Resolve, mental fortitude, willpower, courage.
Yeah.
So intellect and will are needed to use some forms of magic.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So you're going 9, 11, 14, 11.
What's 14 mean in intellect? I'm just thinking whether I just...
Okay, so as I said, the way you work out your bonuses on dice rolls is you take 10 away from your statistic.
And that's the bonus you get.
That's the bonus you get. So a 14 stat will give you +4 to your D20 rolls. Now, just to give you, so everyone's aware, the way that the most skill checks in this game will require you to get 10 or better. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Most, unless you're going up against something, and then you'll target their whatever. Yeah. So, for instance, if you're trying to shoot someone and they're trying to dodge, you'll be targeting their agility. But generally speaking, if you're just trying to pick a lock, you just need to get a 10.
And in terms of things like casting spells,
that will depend on the spell.
Yeah, but I'm rolling the dice to see if it's successful.
Yep, and you'll be adding your intelligence to that. Plus, also conning people might well be intellect as well.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'll increase agility and intellect.
Okay, so that'll be a 9,
11, 14,
11 agility, 14 intellect, and
let's go
11 will. You start with magical prayers, which you can use a reaction when you can when you or a creature within 5 yards of you makes an attribute roll. basically you speak out loud a prayer and you grant them one boon. So in other words, if you're trying to do something, you're going, oh, you basically you grant a boon by just giving a little prayer of thanks to whatever your god is. You give a prayer of thanks, and that will basically give them one boon. Now, boons and banes in this game aren't like Dragon Bane. What they do is you roll the number of d6s equal to the boons or banes. They cancel each other out. So if you've got 4 boons and 2 banes, you'll be rolling 2 boons basically. And a boon is you roll an additional d6 per boon or bane, and you take the highest. Boons add to the roll, banes take away.
Okay.
So it's quite simple, and that's most of the bonuses in this game, apart from your stat bonuses, will be either boons or banes. It's a very, very simple system. It's just you roll an additional number of d6s equal to the boons or banes, and then that either takes away or adds to it. And if you get over 10, you succeed.
And a crit isn't just purely rolling a
crit
20.
Isn't a 20. It's equal to or over a 20, but you have to beat the defense or the target number by 5. So say if you're trying to chop somebody in plate mail and they've got a defense of 18 and you rolled a 20, that is not a crit. You'd have to get 23 total to be able to crit them. It's a panacea to stop. I got a 20, I'm doing a quit, even though you needed a 20 to hit them. Do you know what I mean? So it's, it stops the you hit and if you hit, you crit sort of problem that certain games have.
And
you
for
know
the
5Es.
And for the failure one,
it's a 0 or lower. It's
zero.
a critical failure. So obviously, if you're rolling with a bane, or you've got a really rubbish statistic, and then you rolled a 1, and that you're on a -1 modifier, that's a fumble.
Okay.
So the only way you can fumble is you get lower than you can roll in the d20, basically. So again, rare, doesn't happen very often, and usually it only happens when there's bad stuff going to happen. It's not just a random 1 in 20 roll. There has to be some reason why pushing you, into a negative situation, so to speak. So that's the first ability. The other ability you've got is you've got a holy symbol. You've got a holy symbol of your faith. That enables you to do one of 3 things. You get you have the number of charges in your holy symbol equal to your level. So 1. You can use that to deal an extra 3d6 damage, or heal anybody within 5 yards of you 3d6 damage.
Just out of interest on that one, am I actually touching him?
No, any ally, yourself or any ally within 5 yards.
Yeah.
So unless you've got really long arms, you don't have to touch them.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the other one is you can basically tell things who are undead, fairy, demons, and otherworldly creatures to piss off, basically. Like, go away type thing. Traditional go away. So that's your abilities. Sorry, Yulm, I didn't tell you what you could do. You've got a magic implement, and you can augment your you get basically number of charges equal to your level.
And then I can just choose one of the 3 effects listed.
One of the 3 effects, yeah. Augment magic, so it gives yourself a boon. Sense magic, or you can basically have a magical sort of protection, effectively. So if anybody's basically attacking you, potentially they're going to affect you with a bane. Yeah, if they're attacking with a magical effect, basically, they will be attacking you with a bane if you use it. And thus, I think the other 2 are going to be a little dodgy.
No.
Not
Just
as
because I'm a
dodgy
rogue
as
doesn't mean I'm
Martin.
dodgy.
Yeah.
I'm a lady. How can I be
rogue,
dodgy? How dare you?
and a
I
rogue.
will not stand for this slander.
That's all right. There has to be
Okay.
someone with intellect amongst us.
You
can
deform
call
my
her
family's
princess.
name.
So I will start off with Maple Good Pie because
Oh, yay. Good old
That
Maple.
sounds like a horror name.
So what are you wanting? Are you wanting high agility?
I'll tell you exactly what I want. I want
10, 13,
number
11,
one.
9. You want
Number one, please.
Okay, so 9,
9,
12,
12,
10.
10. Yeah.
Sneaky hobbitses.
Sneaky hobbitses.
9,
Halflingses.
12.
Do you want me to roll that d6 for you?
What for?
Crooked roads.
No.
Okay, I won't.
10. Cool. Yeah, we're not doing any of those.
Okay.
Okay, so you start with Cunning Dodge. You
Yep.
both will start with Cunning Dodge. Whenever you dodge, you increase the number of boons granted to your agility roll by 1, or the number of banes imposed on a roll against your defense or agility by 1. Trickery, when you use this talent to make an attribute roll with 1, you make the attribute roll with 1 boon. When you use the talent to attack with, you can attack with 1 boon. When your attack deals an extra d6 damage. When you use this talent in combat, you lose it access it till the start of your next turn. In other words, you can use it once per combat round.
So it's a combat round.
Or once per minute out of combat.
Out of combat. Yeah.
So it just gives you can just go, well, I'm gonna pick that person's pocket, I'm gonna use trickery so I get a boon on the die roll.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So you can't just keep on using it. You have to be in combat, and then it's every round. And yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
Frank, which do you want? Are you going uber agility, or are you going a bit more spread?
Agility, intellect. So I was looking at number 3 on the roll table.
Number
So 10, 12,
3.
11, 10.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
So quite balanced.
That was my alternative number.
No, you are. Are you Wolfram?
Yeah.
Yes. 10.
Randomly generated, but yeah.
And then are you going to increase any of those statistics because you are human?
Yeah, I can increase 2, is that right?
You can increase 2.
Then I would probably put agility up and intellect 1 each.
Okay, so you got
10, 13,
13, 10, 13, 12, 10. Yep. So no negatives, all bonuses. Awesome. So you each have starting health. You should be able to see your. Why is it got?
Normal health score 14, it says.
Well, my character is dead for whatever reason.
No, you
No,
just
you're
have
not.
to put it back up to the max 14.
I'm dead as well.
Now I'm dead.
All right.
I wasn't dead, but
how
now
do I-
I am.
how do
Hey,
we-
we
how do
can
we do
die during
that?
character creation.
Yeah.
It's like Traveler.
It's Traveler.
There you go. And then just get rid of that.
I'm not incapacitated.
Oh. What's good? Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I know what's going on. So you've got 14.
I should have 14.
Let's get rid of that 0. There you go. So
I'm-
I'm just going to undead everyone. You should have, Delberz should have 16.
Tell the undead to go away, right?
There you go.
I'm
Fix
incapacitated.
Delberz. Yeah, you're not anymore. Well, you shouldn't be anymore. Hey. Don't click.
Still? No, I
Why
don't
is
click
that?
anything.
That's weird. I just got.
Oh yeah, click it to lose health. Bloody hell! Wow.
Yeah. Because basically, what
Gosh.
happens is, I'll explain all that in a second.
Sure.
The way damage and health works.
Yeah, how damaging health works. That's weird. Let me just put that up to 10. There we go. And then get rid of that down to 0. There we go. Cool. The next health of Maple, you've got 14. And you are 0. 1. There we go. Put that down to 0. Okay, and I'll do the same thing for Lady de Aquitaine.
Is your name actually a lady?
Indeed.
Oh, so the
Anna.
title.
That's what she
Of course I
says.
am.
Lady Eleanor.
And then we've got Bernard,
Bernard.
who's got 16. Sorry. Okay, so the way that damage works in this game is if you take damage, you store it as damage. It's not hit points, it's not anything else, it's damage. And it goes up. So there's a specific reason for this, which I'll explain. So basically, if you've got, sorry,
I'm still incapacitated.
are you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's
You
incapacitated.
have to reduce
Incapacitated
the
as well.
damage on the left to 0.
Yeah, I've done that, but I'm still
Oh yeah, damage should be
incapacitated.
0. Health should be...
I should have. I've gone through every single character sheet, and
I'm
as far as
damage
I can
14.
see,
Oh, 14.
you shouldn't. All right, it's gone back to. All right. That's just changed again because I changed whoever Damfer is. I changed it and I'd fixed it.
Yeah.
So just bear
No,
with me a second.
Maple's in the same situation.
Yeah, and I'm in the same.
All right, so what you need to do is change your damage down
To
to
0.
like 1 point of damage. No, not 0, not straight to 0. Just put it to 1 and then put it to 0. Put it to 1.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it might be a bug in the character sheet at the moment.
I'll
And then
that
put
on
it-
now.
and then-
That's good.
There we
And
go.
then put
that's
it to
fine.
0?
And then put it
Yeah.
to 0. After you check out a bit, if anybody still says they're incapacitated.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So everybody has it where it's white with little gray or
Yeah.
purple.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
So
great.
what happens is, so say I'm going to say I've got 10 hit points. Okay. I got 10 health. When I take damage, I have a separate total called damage. So I've taken 7 damage. That means I've just been hit with an axe, which does me 7 damage. So my damage total is now 7. If I then got stabbed again and it does me 5 damage, what happens is I take another 3 on my damage total until my damage total equals my health. So that took me 3 of the 5, to knock me up to 10 damage and 10 health. I'm now incapacitated and on the ground bleeding out. And what happens is any additional damage reduces my health by that amount. Yeah. So my health, because I took 2 damage over, my health goes down from 10 to 8. Yeah. If you get hit again, your health goes down again until your health hits 0 and then you're dead. Okay. Now, your damage total can never be more than your health. So, if, for instance, I'm on 8 health, I'll be also on 8 damage. If somebody heals my damage, so in other words, Martin comes along and casts his magic curie thing, cures 3d6 of my damage and cures all 8 of my damage. My health is still 8, but my damage is 0. Does that make sort of sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, health takes a long time to come back comparatively to your damage. Damage basically goes long rest, your damage is gone. But your health will stay at whatever your current health is. And in other words, you will have less effectively hit points to stay for the next fight. Health takes a while to come back. You're talking days to come back. Health.
Hopefully that won't
It's
happen.
just like the game that you're playing. What's it called?
It's a bit like you were going to say Pendragon.
Yeah,
So
Pendragon.
your hit points, your health takes a long time to come back. Your damage goes away quite quickly.
It's a bit like Midgard in German
Mm.
role playing
Yeah,
as well. where
like
you have-
same principally with Conan with stress and harms and stuff and wounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a little bit
So if you
confusing
start
for
taking
me.
health
But
damage, that's bad.
Mm.
And it's actually if when we go into spell casting, there's certain spells you can get that most of the lower level spells, because there's basically 3 levels of spells: novice, expert, and master level spells. The first 2 levels, is in novice and expert, only heal damage. It's not until you get to a master spell that it heals health. So health is very precious, and it sort of gets rid of the. It's a good sort of response to the D&D 5e where you're rubber banding. Oh, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, oh, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up. Do you know what I mean? Which you do see I've seen a lot in combats, basically.
So just so that everybody knows, for the fighter, Dido, you go up by 6 health at level 2. Whereas I think the rest of us go up by 4. So
unless I think Yuln goes up by 2.
-1.
No, -4.
No, Yuln.
Oh, mage is 2.
Mage is 2. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and damage is quite vicious. So combats can be quite bloody in this game.
What's the average damage?
2d6.
Longsword.
2d6.
2d6. Oh,
Now,
okay.
a longsword is a versatile weapon. If you wield it in 2 hands, it does 3d6 damage.
So essentially an insta kill, like with 2 hits.
Possibly.
Kill, instant.
A great sword or a Zweihander will do 4d6 damage. So it's like knives are d6, most hand weapons are 2d6, hand and a half weapons and like moderate sort of size weapons are 3d6, and the big weapons are 4d6 basically. But then you have firearms. Most bows do 2d6 around. Firearms, they do 6d6. So if you get shot with a musket or a blunderbuss, that's like either 5d6 or 6d6 damage. So firearms are dangerous.
But they're not common.
Really not common. Well, yeah, they're around, but they're not. They're not. You wouldn't walk down. You wouldn't expect a lot of people to have them. Basically,
my family have some of these fine weapons. I didn't bring any with me.
Oh, well, it's major clutter, and who wants to have and carry all that sort of stuff with you?
Yeah, it dirties the
dirty
fingers. It dirties your beautiful ivory fingers.
Okay, so the next thing we need to, I'm just gonna in the roll tables. I am just birthplace. Yeah, I've just configured the ownership for the Hobbit. I am just going to do the human.
Do you want me to roll?
So yeah, so if you can click and roll, see where you were born.
User does not have permission.
We should have.
Halflings are
It
not allowed
opens
to.
up. It opens up, but I can't roll at the moment.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've given you permissions.
Yeah.
You've got observer permissions on.
Now I know when I was running, or as I run D&D or Dragonbane, it's so frustrating. I see the roll. I am rolling.
Okay, so it was just
Where did I end up?
delayed.
The moot.
You aged at the moot, surprisingly enough.
Moot.
I think it's 1 to 60 is the moot. So
Yeah. So I was. So that's where I was born.
That's where you were born. You were originally born in the moot. You've been here for at least 10 years.
Yeah, I've come to make pies and bring the wonderful Moot Bakery. Moot Bakery.
Cool.
Obviously, I'm not doing that well being brass 3.
No.
Everybody else is Empire, yeah?
Everyone else is Empire, yep, because you're all humans. So we've got Outer World,
Oh, look,
Ours
You're
were.
rolled on the move.
Julian, I've come with Julian.
Wrong one.
Yeah, the wrong one.
Aw,
Elsewhere. Oh, blinking.
Ours
Nora.
were times
Oh, it's
2.
like, okay.
Where's
both one
Elsewhere?
from Elsewhere.
Ours
Um,
wild.
Elsewhere.
Auswald.
It's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, for us
Where
anyway.
is it? Aldorf.
Well, I think at least
Altdorf.
2 of us might be pronouncing these words really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of us. We have people to defer to.
Yeah, Altdorf for me.
Altdorf. Basically, that is the capital of the
That's why you're so rich.
of the empire. Basically, so you're originally Altdorf born and bred.
Okay.
Altdorf is a massive. It's the crown of the empire. Got some.
Okay.
I got a big book on Altdorf.
Dorf, it's meaning village in German, right? So
Yeah.
old village.
Old village.
Old village,
Yeah.
yeah, which is
Okay.
they were saying when they were coming up with quite a lot of these names.
Okay.
They got some interesting postcards from Altdorf in Austria. Lots of Altdorfs in Austria and German, basically.
So where is Julian's character from?
Julian and Frank are from Icewind, which is why I was just looking up. Just bear with me a second, because
Wald.
I don't remember it.
Forests.
You can just ask us if you want. You don't have to Google it.
You're from Icewind. That is. That's a way away. Icewind.
We are strangers and foreigners and exotic.
Yeah.
You must have traveled together.
Explains the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably.
Explains the accent. That's right.
Method acting.
Where is our monk from?
Monctonia.
There it is. Yeah, I know where it is. It's by Utrecht. So you're sort of like in the in the southwest, basically. So it's still in the Reichlands, and I will show you. Let me just minimize all your
Is
characters.
it near where the Dwarven Mountains are?
Nah, I will show you where it is in a second.
Do we have to go across?
So
to
I have
Reichland
I
and
have a
Barren Hills?
map. Let me just go to Reichland and Barren Hills.
Yeah, it's a
map.
bit black currently.
Okay, I will sort that out. Apologies.
Reichland and
Maps. Yeah, I will configure it so you can see. Lighting, biff, baff, boff.
Ooh.
There we go.
Hex maps.
So, Icewind is basically here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, hold
So
on.
down by the Great Forest, where the Great Forest is, that's where you're from. We are currently up in Delberz, which is basically right at the top, in the top middle, basically.
We're on the edge of the
okay.
world. Look at that.
Altdorf is there. It's not the world; it's a small section of the Reich.
Schoppendorf is also nice.
Yep. You got Grunberg, Wittgenstein, Kemperbad, Null.
Wittgenstein, the home of all the philosophers.
Wittgenstein.
Weißbruck.
Oh, Wittgenstein.
Das gibt Weißbruck.
Weißbrot.
You got Null.
Bögenhafen.
What's a nice farming community to be from?
Well, you're going to roll. So
Barren
if you
Hills.
Okay.
click on the rollable tables,
Aber ja, Wittgenstein ist auch schön. Und Wittgendorf.
if you see Birthplace Empire, right-click that and click roll. Has everyone rolled? So
No.
we've got Martin
Helmgart.
and Helmgart. So where the frick is
Character.
Helmgart?
Free as Helmgard.
I
It
don't
must be
know
that
the
lovely
places. Helmgart.
Sounds
small
northern.
farming village I was dreaming
It
about.
might well be it. Heglin, Hockenstein.
I don't think that Lady Anna of Daquitaine needs to roll.
No, I know. I was just told to roll, so I was just clicking roll.
I was gonna say that obviously that's where you're from, Britannia.
You're
Britonia.
from Würzbad.
I don't want to come from this bottom eastern corner here. Wurstheim, Furzhausen und Kotzenheim. Und Braundorf gleich daneben. Und Arschel.
Somebody had fun there.
Somebody had real fun. That's down here,
Biberburg
right?
is nice.
Gemüsenbad.
Kotzenhai.
Misthausen.
That's down by Nuln.
That's
Nuln
that's
is,
bad for them.
Nuln. Don't go near Nuln.
No,
Nuln
no.
is one of the old what are they called? It's the old.
The toilets of the Old Kingdom?
No, it's one of the old capitals. One of the old capitals of the kingdom. So where did you say you were?
Helmgard.
Let me just check, because I've got a list of where we are. I should have put a bit more information on the roll. So we've got Workbad and Helmgard. Helmgard, just bear with me a quick second. I will find out where that is. Oh. I am being.
Oh, Teufelfeuer. Can I be from Teufelfeuer?
What does that mean in English?
Devil's Fire.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And right next to Heiligen, which is like holy people, saints.
Workbad. That's near, but Workbad is you're from a way away. Whoever rolled that lady.
Bretonia's a long way away.
Yeah, Workbad is basically off near Tabberheim. You're like way east.
Okay.
You're way east. Now you can see the river Taber.
No, I'm not good with directions in my real life, so
it is on the north by Schoppendorf.
Yeah.
That's the river Taber. If you carry on up past Schoppendorf, you'll eventually get to Tabberheim, and that's basically you're around that area.
oh, okay.
That's Würtburg, Würtbad, Helmgart. I'm just trying
So
to.
it's not actually on this map. I'm
No. You're not from there, Sherry. I was talking to Martin.
oh.
So I'm
So
near
you're
Delberz, north of Delberz. Yeah.
It's east of Verburg.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm Helmgart. Oh, I was looking at the other one.
yeah. You're Helmgart. I am just trying to. I don't know where the hell that's gone.
That's okay. The moot isn't even on here, so.
No, it isn't. I'm looking on a.
Very cool.
All right, okay. So that is. It might not even be. Is that down there? Helmgart is basically an imperial fortress and market town. Oops.
Not on the map.
And I am just checking to see if it is actually on the map. It might not be.
Moot is to the west, down
To the east.
To the east.
Oh, yeah, east.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
sorry.
It's not on the map.
Yeah.
It's off the map. So Sherry, you're
Okay.
off the map, basically to the west.
Yeah.
You guard the border to Bretonia.
To make sure the riffraff don't come
Oh,
through.
you're close to where I come from.
Is it Bretonia?
Delberz.
Yeah,
And you said
Bretonian
it's
border.
a trading town?
Yeah, it's in the Grey Mountains. It guards the Bretonia border. I'll just.
Is it my imagination, or is Bretonia more France than
More France,
Britain?
It's
Yeah.
more. It is France.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
France.
okay, that's what I thought.
So it's just to the south.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Of course, Bithunia is also in Conan.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Workbad. You rolled a 93 to get Workbad. On a D100.
Mm.
Just as likely as all the other numbers.
Yeah, it's Workbad is an imperial city. All right, it's the capital of Stirland, which rests at the terminus of the old dwarven road, surrounded by the Great Forest. I will get a imperial map, and what I'll do is I'll put where you originally were from. But
Who was that
Workbad-
for?
That was for
Name card.
Workbad was for Lady Anna de
Oh, okay.
Bretonia was actually from Workbad in Stirland.
But you won't know that.
No, we don't know that.
So cleanse your minds.
Already forgotten. A lying priest. Who would have thought?
Lion? Who's suggesting I'm lying?
Oh no, that's right. No, I was
Okay, so
nobody in particular.
next is we need to determine what now for Kurt and Lady de Aquitaine, you both
Be right back.
get 2 traditions. So you are a wizard's apprentice, Kurt. Your master is called Hieronymus Blitzen, and he resides in Delberz, in the aforementioned wizard's house. You have a fellow wizard's apprentice who also basically studies under Hieronymus Blitzen, called Hans Peter Schiller. Hans Peter, he's called. He's an odious, oily rag of a man who quite often basically he's the person that would sabotage your work to make himself look good. He's a bit of a git. You don't like each other, huh?
Yeah. I can't edit my background where I would put this information right now.
You should be owner.
No, I don't. I wasn't able to do that either.
Yeah,
No.
you have to go to the lock on the right side. of your
right,
character
yes.
sheet
Oh.
and toggle editable mode.
Oh, toggle
There we
edit.
go.
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
the
Yeah,
name
cool.
again, real quick, please.
So Hieronymus, I'll type it in. Hieronymus Blitzen. Just bear with me a quick second. I started knocking up a character sheet for him, but I ran out of time. So you've got Hieronymus Blitzen. Let me just copy that. Your master, your teacher. Oh, sorry, I didn't copy it. Did I just control send? I've just done a boob. All right, just bear with me a second. I'll get him his spelling.
What have I missed?
Delete. All right. I've got it open somewhere. Bear with me a second.
Oh, Julian, don't forget to save. There's a little save marker. Didn't know if you knew it.
No.
Log for editing, is that the one you mean?
Yeah. You just have to toggle it.
Why is it not letting me copy this? Copy. There we go. And I'll also get you Hans Peter Schiller. He is a slender man of average height. Hieronymus Blitzen. I've got pictures of them, which we'll have for next time. But
Slender man.
slender man, and an oily oik. So there you go. Those are the two people in your life, Jorn.
Mm-hmm.
So both of you have got two things to choose. You've got two traditions to choose. Now, we already worked out what your traditions are. Martin, you get to choose two of the following three: skullduggery, illusions, and
Enchantment.
was it enchantment or was it?
That's what your last comment was, enchantment.
I
didn't realise I picked two or three.
Yeah, you got two of three basically. So enchantment, illusions, or skullduggery.
Okay. Bear with me. Let me think about that for a minute. I wouldn't. I didn't realise I had to choose two of the three. I was just choosing
two
I
of the
had three. That's fine.
No, it's between two of the three, unfortunately, because you will be getting another tradition when you go up a level.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. This is just for first level. So I'll just very
Gotcha.
quickly, if I just give me a second, just to go back to the. So basically, as you go up levels, you get additional things depending on what you choose. But at second level, you'll get two new novice spells, and at fifth level, you get one new expert spell, being a priest. But depending on what you choose for your next path, that will give you more traditions, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you played a mage, for instance, Yuln will get two traditions and 4 spells this level. Next level, he gets an additional tradition and 2 novice spells. And then at 5th level, because your novice path gives you 1st, 2nd, and 5th powers for reasons, you'll get an expert spell. But we'll so yes, so those are the choices. Now, Yuln, your choices are a little bit more wide. You have aeromancy, alchemy, alteration, conjuration, cryomancy, divination, enchantment, geomancy, hydromancy, illusion, protection, pyromancy, symbolism, and war.
So
now,
I would just,
you've got a lot of choice. Now, what you choose will be effectively creating Hieronymus Blitzen, if that makes sense.
Because
because he's teaching you it. So what you choose, so of those, depending on what you're interested in, will focus Hieronymus in those sort of areas. I'm always going to basically say, you go, I want to learn that. I'll just go, yes, Hieronymus knows that, and he can teach you basically, just to make it easier. I'm not trying to put roadblocks, but you know what I mean. There is a limit to what you can learn. So initially, you're learning 2. You'll obviously be getting a third at second level, and the second level will be at a point when you get to a new town. Town, not city. And you'll get to second level just before you get there, basically. And at that point, you'll have books on yourself to be able to teach yourself a new tradition. When you get a tradition, not only do you get spells from that tradition, but you also get what they call talents. And the talents are like quick little, effectively like cantrips. You get to choose between one of 4 of those, basically.
They're quite good, aren't they? They are quite good.
Yeah, they are. They are good. Now, if you choose a tradition twice, you get a second talent, because you only get one of the 4 talents when you choose the tradition once. So if you want the tradition, if you want more of the talents, you choose the tradition multiple times, basically. Just so you're all aware. Now, and again, I'm speaking to everyone, because there's nothing stopping any of you choosing a spellcasting expert path or a priest expert path. Nothing at all. You basically do whatever the hell you want basically in this game. And we'll try, if you give me pre-warning, we'll try to link that into the game session, so to speak.
Julian, do you know what type of magic you wanted to use?
Pyromancy.
Okay, so
Wow.
pyromancy is very, 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 very traditional Empire magic.
Very, very just fireball.
Yep. Okay, so one of your traditions will be pyromancy. Let me just.
Yeah. But I assume I would pick like a second one that has a little bit more utility, maybe illusion or some kind.
Well, yeah, I reckon Martin will have illusion.
I've only got 3 to choose from, so yeah. So I'll have illusion, either first level or second level.
Alchemy.
Yep.
But I was thinking just like one tradition offensive, one utility.
Yep. Now, if you want to, because there's nothing stopping wizards healing, I will say that. Move away from the tropes. You just learn a tradition. If, for instance, you learnt alteration, that would give you options for healing. Alchemy would give you options to basically build like healing potions and lots of other weird healing things. Enchantment is interesting. It's manipulation. What was the other ones? Protection is defensive effects.
Or protection could be useful for the fires. Thinking about
hydromancy to put it back out.
Yep. Water and fire. Trying to think what else is a war, which is basically combat. But again, you've got to remember that quite a lot of the mages, like fire mage, is a very, very traditional vocation for an empire mage, basically.
Now, I must say that I am probably, because Frank, I think, is going for a traditional rogue.
Well, I don't know yet, but I was thinking
you don't know?
Sort of bardish stuff, maybe, or maybe something with a few spells.
Oh, we'll see. And I was thinking the same. So I was thinking of oneromancy, which is
no
dreaming.
You won't get that. It's not available. Nope. Not available.
Yeah. Look the other way.
The only way you can get that is you're a priest of Moor, because there's a god of dreams and death in this world.
I thought it was.
You're not getting an arena. Yeah, it was in the list. It was in the list because it was god of Moor. It was the god of dreams. Moor has it.
Oh, because I wanted to put people to sleep, basically.
Isn't that something else, like control?
Yeah.
Enchantment?
Or just stab them with some poison on your blade.
So one thing to remember is with being a rogue, at second level you get an ability that
Fighting style.
It's like a fight. It's like a fight. It's like a fighter's fighting style.
Rogue technique.
Rogue technique enables you, if you want, you could learn a magic use. So you get 1 tradition and 2 novice spells.
Yes.
So that's one way of breaking into magic. If you just want to be minorly in magic, because then you can do that at 4th and 5th level, basically.
And that's what I was. And that's what I was thinking. And I was using. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, but that's later on.
Yeah, that's later on. Let's work out what for Yulman and Martin.
Okay, so I'm going enchantment and skullduggery, and I'll go for illusion at level 2, but that'll come.
But it won't be level 2. It'll mostly be level 3.
Okay, level 3 then. Yeah.
Or 4. I can't remember what it is.
Because enchantment makes everyone my friend. Everyone must be a friend of the lady.
Yep. Okay. So so enchantment and skullduggery. Okay. Yeah. So enchantment.
I would definitely want the first spell in the list.
Well, yes, but what do you want? Do you want compel violence, lead into peril, majestic presence,
hang on,
or seeds of dissolution? Majestic's challenge presence is
Oh,
if you're not
this is
injured and you
talent.
lack the confused, controlled, stunned, and unconscious affliction, you can use this
Gotcha.
talent to seem majestic and dreadful, growing a bit larger with shining with terrible light until the end of your next turn. You impose one boon on all attack rolls against you, and you make rolls from casting enchantment spells with a boon, or compel violence.
No, it won't be compel violence because
Lead into peril, befuddle, or seas of desolation. I don't know. What majestic presence does seem appropriate for your character, but again, that's and then remember you get how many spells did you get? Is it 2?
sure.
Priest gets. Oh no, you just get 2 traditions. You don't get any
that's what I
spells.
thought, yeah.
You just get 2 traditions. So you
don't
just
get
choose
spells, yeah.
you don't get spells until next level. So you still get 2 cantrips effectively.
Yeah, okay.
So you get one of those, and then you've got beat hasty retreat, handy hole, keenest edge, or sneaky moves.
Yeah, okay. Come back to me in a second. Let me have just have a little read of them because I've got the book here.
Well, as long as you got the book, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yulm.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got pyromancy. You've got two traditions. So what you're having pyromancy, and what's the second one you want?
Can I come back to you on that one? I would just,
Yeah, we can. Have you got the book?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, it gives you the opportunity to read through whatever you want. Now, admittedly, you've got to remember that some of the traditions are not available, basically. But anything that's particularly nasty, as in like dark arts, eldritch,
no necromancy,
no destruction, but pyromancy, even that's pretty destructive, but it's totally on brand for the Empire.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Cool. So if you two the 2 spellcasters want to come back to us, we will move very quickly on to some interesting questions.
Just real quick, do I get any starting spells besides?
Yeah, you get 2 spells.
2 each, or 1 per tradition?
It could be 2 from one tradition and none from the other, or it could be
1-1.
1-1. Or it's totally up to you. I am pretty damn sure that's the. Let me just quickly.
Seed delusion.
And you get 4 spells. 4 spells.
Perfect. Yeah.
4 spells. Now, as I said, they could be all 4 from one tradition.
Yeah.
Or however you want to split them.
All right. And the talents I just have from the beginning.
You get one.
Talent.
There's one of the 4 talents you get to choose, unless you chose 2 traditions which are the same tradition, and then you get 2 talents.
Yeah. All right.
From the one tradition. But that would limit your options. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I've got a pen and paper here because we've got. I write quicker than I type.
Quick question, Paul.
Yep.
When I choose my two tradition, do I have to have 1 from each school? I can't have 2 from one.
Your talents.
My talents. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, talents.
Okay, if you want
just have
2 talents from one of the traditions, it means you've only got one of the traditions.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll stick to 2 traditions.
The only way to get an additional talent in a tradition is take that tradition again.
Take it twice. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'm going to go. Literally, we are going to be writing up about Delberz, and I will going to put it into the background once. Just a little bit of background, a little bit of fun, just to finish the. Because we basically finished our characters. Again, as I said, most die rolls D20, and then you got to get 10 or better. But we'll cross that bridge in session 1. But so Frank, what's the primary trade of Delberz?
Primary trade. It's on a river, right?
Yep.
Right next to Black Market. Schwarzmarkt.
Shady dealings.
Schwarzmarkt is basically if I remember correctly, a village. Yeah, Schwarzmarkt is a village. So Delberz is a town.
And it's lots of woodlands around there, right?
There is a lot of woods around there as well. Yep. And you're on the River Delb. It's right on the River Delb, basically.
I would
so
say
it's the big black dot there. That's Delberz.
Yeah, my first instinct would be trading stuff. So river trade and road trade. There's lots of roads coming together.
Yep. So what sort of trade then? Is it wood? Is it wine? Is it livestock?
Transporting anything on the river, but maybe especially with a focus on timber.
So timber, and it's a market town. Is that what basically you're saying?
Mm-hmm. And maybe lots of people like transporting stuff on the river. Logistics,
basically.
you know?
Yeah, logistics. Cool. Dido.
Yes.
Mohammed, what is the primary food that they sell, that they basically what everyone eats, most main food? Everyone basically, this main staple diet.
Yeah, smoked fish.
Smoked fish.
Smoked meat kebab.
Cool. Goldie, could you give me a name? Well, actually, we'll come back and do all. All right. So, that's a double question. I missed that. All right. Let me just get rid of that. Okay. So, what's the size of the guard? As in the militia. How big is the militia? Is it in Delberz? Is it oversized, undersized?
So I would say it's undersized, and it's more.
So is it underfunded basically?
Underfunded because there doesn't seem like there would be any reason to, like, it's not a border town.
Nope.
It's in the center of the empire. So
okay, so is it corrupt because it's underfunded? As in, are they bribable? Is it corrupt? Is it is the general militiaman quite corrupt?
I would say that it would be the militiamen are supported by the different merchant houses.
Okay. That's interesting. Supported by the merchant houses.
I love it.
Okay, cool. So, Douglas, who's the leader of the militia?
Heinrich Gott.
Okay. What's he like?
He's fat. He's respected.
Respected by everyone?
He's respected by the guards more than he's respected by everyone. I think that the way the merchant guilds treat him is poorly and kind of like a dullard. But his men love him. But he is, he's roly-poly and not... Okay. He's not built for the job per se, more like administrative at this point, but maybe in the background he had quite a renowned history.
Okay. I'm just pre-warning you, after we do this round, I'm going to be coming back to each of you for the name of an inn or tavern. But we'll because there's a few in Delberz, but just pre-warning. Yulm, are there any guilds in the area that are quite strong?
Well, the Merchant Guild.
Yep.
If you have like a lot of trade.
Yep.
Do we want the Thieves Guild?
I was gonna yes. There could be
always good. Yeah, why not?
Thieves Guild.
And I was thinking,
what sort of? I'm going to ask. I was going to ask Martin that, but there is a Thieves Guild, but I'm going to ask Martin to expound on the Thieves Guild for reasons, and I'll cover off those reasons when I talk to Martin. But Merchants Guild. Any other big guilds that has power?
I was thinking about some sort of shipping.
So like the Stevedores Guild.
Yeah.
I guess.
They're the offloaded Stevedores Guild. Dock workers.
Yeah.
Like
dock workers. The people.
Now, the shipping would be basically the shipping guild would be basically the merchants.
Or the transport union.
Again,
no, I was thinking more like there are two guilds that are kind of dependent on each other, but so you have like some sort of rivalry there.
Okay, so like
because the merchants depend on the ships to get their wares
merchants
across.
And the so in other words, like the riverboat captain guild or the riverboat guild,
something like that. Yeah.
All right. Riverboat guild, interesting. Cool. Any others?
Not at the top of
again.
my head.
I'm just you know what I mean. We just so Martin, the Thieves Guild here now. Just to give a little bit of background. Now, not all Thieves Guilds follow Ronald. Like, for instance, the Middenheim Thieves Guild are a bunch of flipping bastards. It's one of the worst, horrendous places to be a thief, and the underground prey on each other's. And they give lip service to Ronald. They're not actually followers of Ronald. They'll, it's just like Trump. He says he's a Christian, but it's mainly giving lip service to Christianity to get their way, so to speak.
Yeah.
And to basically, like a political. So is the Thieves Guild Ronald Thieves Guild? Are they the follower of the cross? Are they the follower of the crosses, or are they lip service type people?
Ooh, I think I've ended up here because they are followers of the crosses, and therefore this feels like a little bit of a mini home away from home.
Okay,
which is why I'm here now.
Okay, so 100%. Who is the leader of the Thieves Guild?
Who's the leader? I think that could be a Marcus Hofberg. Whether that's his real name is another question.
Okay, cool. So it's quite a affable Thieves Guild then. They generally, because Ronald don't try to do any harm. Etc.
No, bang on. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. So back round to the top. Frank, can I have an inn or tavern?
The Crooked Leg.
The crooked leg.
Yeah.
Cool. What sort of tavern is it? Is it a dive? Is it sort of middlish, or is it quite salubrious?
No, I think it's quite a dive.
It's a dive. Okay, so where in town is it? I'm just going to move you back to Delberz. Did that work? No, it didn't. I got Lady.
It's done by the Inns and Wharfs.
So it's down there. So
facing the water.
So okay, cool. crooked leg.
Can you just ping that again?
And
Somewhere about there.
so literally where the arrow is. So where
Yeah.
did you say? There. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just move Wolf out the way, and I'm gonna get a pen, and I'm gonna. I don't know, what was it called? I might have to right click. And
Frank, is it an inn or is it a tavern?
I was more thinking tavern, but I
Tavern?
don't mind.
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. Tavern. Who's the innkeeper? Not tavern
Still
keeper.
asking me.
Yeah.
Good question. Can't think of a name. Should be a lady.
Okay. It's a lady. Is she just called the lady?
No, we have a lady already. How about Vroni?
Huh?
Vroni, which is the short form of Veronica.
Is that a W then, or
And
is it a V?
Vroni.
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 Vroni. What's she like?
Feisty.
Feisty. Cool. Mohammed, Dido.
Yes. The rotten fish.
Rotten fish.
Mm.
This sounds like a bit of a dive bar. Is it dive or is it salubrious? Is it dive?
Oh, what's a dive bar?
As in, it's quite
That's
quite
awesome.
basically like trouble happens
Yeah.
there. It's low
Yeah.
class. There's
Yeah,
a low class
100%.
of people in there.
100%.
Okay. So where is the rotten fish?
Where is the poor quarter? If we can.
Well, I don't know. Where is the poor quarter? Just tell me where you want to be the rotten fish, and that's where it'll be.
We're both going for the same thing, really.
Yeah, probably on the south side.
So by the pool.
Yeah.
By that pool.
By the
So
six
in this
pack.
building here that I'm pinging.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna rotten fish.
Right by the pool.
Right by the pool.
Probably the smell of the pool is not that great.
So who's the tavern? Is it is it an inn or a tavern?
Yeah, it's
An inn. It's an inn. Okay. Who's the innkeeper? What they called?
She's a halfling.
Okay.
She's called Vilma von Reichert.
Vinmar
Von
von
Reichert.
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 Oh, Reichert. Yeah, got it. Sorry.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
I'm just making it up now, right now.
No. That's the whole point. We're meant to be making up the town.
Sounds like William Riker.
Could well be. It's got a beard. She's got a beard. Goldie.
What
Got
are
name of a
we?
pub?
Name of a pub?
Pub or a tavern or inn or whatever.
It's something upmarket.
Could be another dive bar, which is definitely painting Delberz into a particular lower class.
Mm-hmm.
We've been spending too much time in Icewind Dale.
The Northern Light.
The Northern Light.
There.
Do you want me to come back to you, Goldie?
Zoom Baron. Very generic.
The what?
Zum Baron.
ZUMBAREN at the bear. Zoom Baron.
Zum Bären.
Zoom Baron. Okay. Where is Zoom Baron?
It's
Just move your mouse, and hopefully you'll be able to see where you are. where your mouse is.
In
Oh,
Swarf.
if you don't move it too quick.
No, I'm wondering like where is the close? It's
It can be wherever you
closest
want it
to
to be.
the. It's the one closest to where the forest is.
By the gate
Oh.
somewhere.
You can be on the other side of the river if you want.
No. It's in
Oh.
it's in the town.
In the town,
and
so
yeah, I can't see many inns and stuff being outside
well,
of the
it could be
guarded
here.
town.
Can you see where I'm pinging? Oh, let me just ping.
No.
Actually. Let me just get
Do the shift ping where you actually zoom us across.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that'll
Yeah.
do.
By the gate.
So let me just grab that again. And so how was that? ZUMBAREN.
Yeah, unless you want to put an umlaut on it.
Baren. Yeah, the two little dots above the A. Absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't got that on my keyboard, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
You should know it
put
off
your
by
name in
heart.
the
It's
chat.
Alt 0
Hang
1
on.
something, right?
Just look
nobody
it up
knows
and then
that.
copy paste. That's what I do.
Okay. Right, so that's Zumbaran.
Put one. Oh yeah, we both put one in the chat.
Is that an inn or a tavern?
It's both.
Oh, inn/tavern. Is it more salubrious? Upper
What
class?
does-
It's like, posh, or is it like a little bit less than posh, or
It's
like
midway.
mid
So
class?
that travelers are welcomed.
So is it the coaching in Altdorf?
Coaching inns can be a bit sketchy, but yeah.
It's
No. It all depends on what, because you've got to remember, throughout the whole of the empire, there's different like coaching companies, and there's coaching houses. There is coaching inns out there that are independent, but there's quite a lot of coaching houses out there that are bought by big sort of like companies that run numbers of coaches across the whole of the empire. It's one of the ways that you get across
They're
the
not
empire.
They're not the type to serve your meal just as your coach is about to go, so you can't eat it.
Yeah.
So
Nope,
they're not.
coaching
They
in,
don't.
so who's the innkeeper?
I want the last name to be Goodfellows.
Okay. Good fellow.
And first name Hans, because why not?
Hans-
Everyone loves a
Hans-
Hans.
Hans Goodfellow. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Douglas.
Okay, so can you just ping where Sherry's place is?
You should be able to see.
It's right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want it to be a fancy inn, and I'm thinking a large building, probably this one.
Which one?
Right there.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay,
where you found me then.
Yeah, that's right. But yes, absolutely. So,
Well, what is it called?
And I've already got it marked down. So I thought about this. So it's not because of Martin's interruption. It's the Sisters Saw.
Sister.
It's the Sisters Saw. Okay, so it's
As in saw, as in SAW.
Yes, because it's a logging town. Okay. And it's sisters, not with an apostrophe, but sisters is in plural sisters. And it's a posh, there's a brew garden downstairs. So like a Bavarian type of brew house. And then upstairs you have rooms and nice stuff. And it's run by Martin, spelt the Dutch way with 2 A's. Martin and Agnes Mittel, Mittle.
He's thought about this.
Yeah, because the sisters are the mountain, are the mountains that are off to the side, right? So
Cool.
Well, he
The
said-
sisters saw.
Is that
The
a spit and
sisters
sawdust
saw.
pub then?
Yulm?
Let's go with an inn.
Yep.
The Green Dragon Inn. Why not?
Yep, cool.
The innkeeper is decent
Where's
fellow.
the Green Dragon?
I was thinking halfway to the next town, like outside of the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's like so it's a coaching house.
Yes, some sort of.
Because basically what you have is there's a certain distance that the coaches will travel a day, and then throughout the whole of the empire, basically you've either got coaching houses or riverside inns, basically distributed quite neatly in that amount of time travel, basically between all the inns. So yeah, it's a coaching house on. So it basically it's out of the is it towards Altdorf or is it towards
towards the
Tabachheim?
west. I don't recall the next town, but
the next you've got basically like nearly a day and a bit.
it's just
to
westwards
the
towards the next town.
Yeah, but basically you've got to go about a day's travel west, and then you basically get to the Altdorf Middenheim Road, which is like the north and south road, basically.
Sounds good.
So west of Delberz. What's the innkeeper called?
He's called Ted Butterbur.
Butterbur. Tex, Tex.
Ted. So
Tet.
Tet. TET.
Theodore.
Yes, TD.
Oh, TED. Ted Butterbur. Cool. And Martin.
It's got to be the Wandering Wizard.
Wandering
Up
Wizard.
near the Wizard's house.
Not the
Oh,
Chancellor, is it?
nice.
A fine, respectable inn for the well-to-do and academic people.
So
the
where
dwarves-
exactly? Is it that one that you've moused over at the moment, or somebody
Yeah,
you've
why
moused
not?
over?
Up close near the Wizard's house.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
Wizard's Quarter.
Wandering.
It's the quarter wizard, I think.
Yeah. But it's a respectable inn, it is, yeah. And
Okay.
I probably spend a fair amount of my time there meeting other educated individuals.
Okay. Cool.
And I
respectable
think
inn.
it's run by a Matthias Schmoft.
Grandmoff.
How do you spell that second word?
Oh, SCHMOHFT.
SCHMO.
HFT. I love name
Okay.
generators. They're really good.
Cool. Awesome. Right. So there's a number of
There's a lot of drinking places.
a number of different sort of like inns and stuff. Well, it's a market town. It's expected.
Yeah.
There is basically most of the market, like livestock, etc. Is across the river. There's like pens and things and the such like across the river. It's where most of the stuff gets. They want that in the city, in the town at least. So a few other questions. We should get one other question each, basically, and then we'll wrap it up. Frank, is there any temples here or shrines?
Oh, definitely.
So to which god?
I have
And-
no
and are
idea.
there-
I know you sent a huge list of gods, but I have no idea. Trade
So,
merchants.
There is a trade merchant one, so that I'll put the trade one down. I can't remember him off the top of the head. So
Mercury.
shrine to trade god. Any of the gods? Any of the gods of the wild place or fertility? You got the Rhea, who is
Tal.
the goddess of Tal is the wild places.
Yeah, Tal is the wild one.
Tales of Wild Places and Rhea is basically the mother of
Fertility and summer.
sort of like like
Hmm.
summer and fertility and things like
And
that.
Ulrich is the god of werewolves and winter, and that's the one
That's
in this.
mainly up in the north. That one.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah,
more the
Can we-
northern
Rhea
god.
then.
So Rhea,
Definitely some
okay.
farming and
Yeah,
fishing.
Rio will make sense.
Can we have the cult of Sigmar in the town? Because that's
Yeah, well,
what
Sigmar is the
religious-
god of the empire. So you got Sigmar as well.
God of everything.
I'm just trying to find the bloody.
So it's in the chat. That's
Yeah.
why I found it quite a lot quicker there. Scroll up the chat in Discord. I think there's got to
remember
be some small
Oh, there you
shrine.
go. No, that's Bogenhafen. That's the Bogenhafen one. I'm sure there's a god of. I can't find it. It must be in my other book, some of my other books. But there is a god of trade and the such like. But I can't remember who he is. He's a minor god. He's not one of the main ones. But he's a there is obviously there's
I think.
gods coming out your bum in this
I think there's going to be a small shrine to Ranald here.
Yep, but that would be not in an obvious place. It's
No,
not
most
an
definitely
obvious
not.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's covered. That'll be covered off in Thieves Guild.
Yep.
That
makes sense.
Cool.
But we had Tal as well, herders, foresters, and other rural folk. That would be quite good.
Yep.
Actually, Tal.
Tal. Cool. Mohammed. Who is the richest person in the city, and who are their enemies?
Okay, probably the richest one is the master of the merchant guild. Inzur, want some strange names. Inzur Thradwin the Third.
In your Thradwin,
Inzur.
TH
THR.
Thradwin. Thradwin the Third. Okay, cool. Who is his enemy?
Probably the previous deposed chief merchant that was outvoted.
Merchant.
Yeah, he was
Leader.
deposed and outvoted. Name Xavier Yal.
How do you spell the last one?
Yeah, Y double L double A's L.
Cool, awesome. Right, a random one, Goldie. Is dueling permitted?
Is what now?
Dueling.
Is dueling. Oh, dueling like with swords and stuff. Is
Swords
it
or
what?
pistols? Is it permitted?
Is it permitted?
Yeah, is it permitted in the
allowed?
town? Yep.
No, because
nope.
no, because in medieval times, you don't have that much of a population to lose. So you don't want to lose your firstborn sons and stuff because kids die at such a high rate. So
Okay, that's cool. So in Delberz, dueling is not permitted. Cool. Douglas, are there any schools or an academy?
Yes, there's an academy. It's a
Academy of what?
It's a kind of fledgling merchants academy, kind of like business administration, and in one of the back rooms, they have special students who are magically inclined.
No. I
Well,
have
they
to, I have to have
don't.
I have to have a hard no on that.
Then
Magic is very, very
okay. So
sort of
there's
like the fact that Hieronymus Blitzen is in this town
okay
is
is
a
very rare.
rarity.
So it is
Now,
so
Altdorf has got massive
okay.
wizard schools, but you've also got to remember the common man on the streets view of magic is magicians make deals with the devil.
Okay.
Oh,
So this
Basically.
so basically this is an academy to basically train people on how to do children of wealthy families on how to be proper business people, and maybe the same with merchants guilds. They
Okay.
send their kids there to learn how to be better business minded.
Course 101, how to actually get from one denomination of coin to the other.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, it's not. It's not 13 to 1. It's 12.
12.
No,
Yeah.
there's never 10. No.
There's
Why
20.
do you speak of this easy decimal system? You
Well, there's
jerk.
21 sometimes. There's
Do
21
not
shillings
shake the
sometimes.
hand. You have to bow with this culture.
Yulm, what is the unique building, landmark, or feature that the town is most famous for?
I mean, first thing that comes to mind is the Wizard's Tower, given how rare magic is.
It's a house. He's just got a single
Or-
house.
Nah,
Sorry,
proper
that's
wizard should have a tower. But
Yeah,
otherwise, I
no,
could
he's
the
just-
bridge
he should-
probably.
the bridge. Okay, so why the bridge?
Well, bridges since forever were like the reason why towns existed.
Yeah,
Like were founded. Huh?
So what makes the bridge stand out? Is it just that it's just a normal bridge? Obviously, it's quite high bridge to let all the river traffic through, and quite a lot of the river boats have
So
sails.
It's stone built, of course,
Yeah.
and it's broad enough to at least get one wagon across. So it's like not a pedestrian bridge; it's just proper infrastructure there.
Yep. Cool.
And I could imagine that it is the only bridge wide enough for trade in a couple towns over that, which is why Delberz became the
Yep. Plus, you've
merchant
also
trade
got
hub.
it's got like a towers on the edge, which is guarded basically. So and gates that are able to shut the bridge. I'm guessing from
sounds good.
the picture. Cool. And finally, can you, Martin? Can you openly wear weapons in the town? And if not, who is exempt from that particular law?
As this is, it feels like this is kind of quite on the outskirts of the empire. Therefore, there's pretty lots of hunting going on. So maybe you're allowed bows and small side weapons like knives, but open swords is not permitted. Large weapons, yeah, it's quite civilized. This place is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
Cool.
messers?
Hmm?
Well, the Germans had a thing where they forbade the people to have swords, but messer, which are knives, essentially were allowed. So essentially, people started
Daggers?
carrying knives this
Very
long,
nice.
but then they only had
right,
like
got
one
you.
sharp edge. They were knives and not swords.
Got you. I see what you're saying. So a single-bladed sword is actually a knife.
Yeah, very German thing to do.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Find the loophole.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Find a
more
loophole.
small weapons are permitted.
Yeah,
Primarily,
no.
because hunting is permitted in the area.
So most probably nothing longer than your forearm is allowed.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah,
Now,
Yeah.
is a
Usually was
short
short sword.
is a
Well,
short
if it's
sword
longer
that
than your
big?
forearm, it's not
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah,
What
that's
happens
not
if it's a
short sword.
halfling's forearm?
Well,
Does it go by a human's forearm?
That's a dagger.
No, it goes by your forearm.
Oh shit!
Cool. Right. Is anybody else wanting to add anything to the town? Anything else? Anything I might have forgotten?
Well, I'm a monk, so I'd like to have at least a monastery.
Yeah, well, that could be one of the shrines that you basically come from.
Okay.
So the shrine, you could choose your shrine to Rhea, Tal, or Sigmar.
Sigmar.
Basically, so you're basically a follower of Sigmar.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. Well, there's a small monastery there, shrine, stroke monastery, which you are attending at the moment.
Okay, so I think that there are only 2 halflings in the community.
Okay.
And there's myself, and was it Vilma?
Yes.
Vilmar is the
Vilmar
von Rika.
Yeah.
Is the owner of the Rotten Fish.
And she is my aunt. And that's how I ended up coming to this place. So she's been here much longer. And it's up to Dido to tell us if she's married and if she has kids. But
we will sort that out, actually.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I need to sort out, which I forgot to do.
But she's my aunt.
Just very, very quickly, I just quickly grab that. That was one thing I forgot. Now, thank you for reminding me. So, could everyone roll me a D100, please? Right. So let me just quickly go to that. So,
wow.
Danfer Ithron, that is
Me.
Mohammed. How old are you?
Probably middle age, maybe
88.
30? 30, 40?
yeah, 35, 40, yeah, 35, 40.
35. Okay. Right. So, I need to write this down.
Or not? No. He's a little bit older, maybe in his nearly his 60s. Yeah, because I imagine that my character. Yeah, if
right.
That's okay.
So, if it all depends on how old everyone else is, because you're all best friends, which is why you've been here for 10 years to be able to build up that rapport between each of you.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, if you're 60, both parents are dead.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Dad, Wolfram, Frank, how old
I
are
was
you?
going for quite young, early 20s, mid-20s maybe.
Mid-20s. So you rolled a 67. So both of yours are dead as well.
Oh, great.
Yep. Obviously.
Far away anyway.
Yep. Far away as well. Who was next? Maple. Oh yeah, yours are dead. Oh yeah, your parents are dead.
Mine?
Do halflings live a long time then? Or
Huh?
do halflings live a long time?
Yes. Yes, they do. But unfortunately, with 97, both of Maple's parents are most definitely dead.
Like they drowned in the river.
So I how old approximately do halflings live?
A lot older than
Like
humans.
double?
Yeah, ish.
I look about 30, but I'm probably 60 as well.
Yeah, most probably. So,
Yeah.
Who was next? That was Yulm. How old are you, Yulm?
Mid-20s, I'd say.
You're mid-20s. So your mother is dead,
All right.
but your father's alive. Who was next? 59. Lady, exactly the same. Your mother is dead.
Okay, mother is dead. I was going to put myself as 23. I was pitching myself quite young, so
Again,
I don't think I could have
that's
been
not a
here
problem.
10 years. Yeah, because I've come a long way.
Yeah, but just because you've come a long way, you could have, you couldn't be here less. You could have been here 5 years if you wanted to.
Maybe they died on the
I just want to
travel.
ensure that
5
all
years.
of you are good friends, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last one was Sherry. Both your parents are dead. Okay, that's everyone. Next, could everyone
Can I be
roll?
37? You forgot
Yeah,
my age.
that's fine.
37. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So could all the humans give me a D6 roll, please? Did I not post that? I did. Weird.
Everybody 3.
Wow.
Mine is 6.
Right, the person who rolled me a 6, can you roll me another D6, please?
Exploding dice.
So, Yulm, you have 7 siblings.
Oh,
All right.
Names and backgrounds for next time.
Yeah, so I'll sort
family history.
out that. Sherry, you have 1.
The rest of us are 3s.
Lady was Martin, you've got 2.
2 siblings. Okay.
Wolf, you have 2. And Mohammed, you have 2. So 2 siblings. Can I have a 2d4 roll from the halfling, please? Re-roll another d4, please. So that's 4. You have 7 siblings.
Oh, 3 dog rabbits.
oh, yeah.
The age difference of your siblings are positive and negative around your age. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will basically roll those now, unless people want to be the oldest or youngest. Anybody wants to be the oldest or youngest, or does
Oldest.
people not? But you want to be the oldest.
Yeah.
I want to be the
Mohammed.
youngest.
Oldest. R2 must be the youngest. I will randomly roll your, because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
And I like to finish before before 10. But so yeah. Anything else people want to ask, discover?
This is a really weird question, but it does. It's something that people don't think about. Is between the various areas within kind of the world, are there different gauges of tracks so that when you're traveling along the road and you get to a certain point, you have to change carriages because the ruts are different? Or
No.
is there a universal kind of all wagons go everywhere?
The size of the gauge in across the whole of Europe was defined by the size of Roman chariots.
Okay, so it's standardized.
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Wide.
Huh?
It was like 2 horses wide.
2 horses, arses wide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that actually translated to railways as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason why our railways and all our everything is basically that size, because we can blame the Romans for it.
Cool.
And it's the reason why the space shuttle boosters are the size they are.
Yep.
Is it really?
Are they
Yes.
metric horses?
Metric horses. Maybe the business college is secretly teaching the decimal system.
The imperial
Could well
measurement
be.
system.
Underhand.
Next
Subversion.
session, we will do a little bit of stuff around Delberz, and then we'll be moving on into the.
Probably.
That will be next year.
Yes. It will be next year.
This was lots of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
We have a much better understanding of where we are from now.
Yes.
Yes. Well, do you know what I mean? It gives you, you know what I mean? We'll be staying there for a little bit, and then moving on. Just to give a little bit of grounding, so to speak, before we move off.
So do you want to get us to pull together backgrounds for individual characters and upload them into our character sheets?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
It's up to you. If you're happy writing that's cool. I'm more than. If you pre-warn me in Discord, I will then log on to read it. Only you should be able to see your characters, and anything you put in there, nobody else should be able to see. So if you want to, like,
Douglas, there might be a character limit on that.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Frank will know best.
No, that was meant to be a joke. Never mind.
I wonder if Frank's read my character background in Dragon Bane. There's a big list of names in there. I'm expecting to read them.
It gets longer and longer every time.
Oh, the grudge list.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Paul, do you want to put in our pictures? Like, do you want us to?
Yeah, if you want to drop your pictures in Discord, I'll upload them. The reason I didn't do it beforehand, because as I said, I wanted everything to be filmed in Sessions era.
Perfect.
Would be good to know what sort of style we're going for as well.
Yeah.
I'm happy with any sort of style. You look at the like the mood board that I put on. It gives you a sort of rough idea. It's sort of, as I said, it's 1600s sort of clothing style, but where you are at the moment, there is other parts of the empire that is a little different.
Indeed.
Do you expect us to generate?
Sorry.
I was going to say, do you expect us to generate our own pictures? Because I haven't got things like Midjourney. I was just going to
send me a description. I can make them for you.
Yeah, or you can actually go on to Bing Image Creator, and that's free.
Oh, okay.
I think 20.
I found a nice one I like the look of, please.
Yeah, you can do 20 images a day or something like that. Thinking it.
Yeah. And there's Venice, and there's a whole bunch now.
Yeah,
so.
I just use Bing Image Creator when I need to create an image. So
I just didn't want to take anything from the internet just in case there was copyright and stuff like that.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for taking us through that.
Yeah.
All right. If you got any
and
questions,
we have ownership of this place.
Yep. And that is your town, and I will make them not white. For some reason, it's put them all in white, and I'll change the color and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. I'll edit it all up, and I'll put the shrines on as well and things like that. So.
Awesome.
Our 2 crowns seem to have disappeared as well.
Yeah.
All right.
They were all spent.
Yeah.
Well, they go. Your 2 crowns go into your own sort of like personal money.
Oh, okay.
Like I put them in the party resources until I noticed that.
You put them there.
Yeah, party resources.
Party resources.
Party resources. If just in case you wanted to basically, if you managed to gather a load of cash, you can just shove them in there.
Just the very minute you said, "Oh, you've got 2," they went into the party resources. I thought that you had put that in.
So I will. Do not look at the Shadows of the Weird Wizard for the pricing lists. It's not that I'm using.
No.
Okay.
So if you want to buy anything, I will be producing a shopping list, enabling you to do that. And I'm going to be putting a calendar up as well once I work out how to do that.
Oh, great! If you need any help on Foundry, let me know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a calendar with this. I need to change all the months' names.
It might be pre-configured. You might be able to load it in.
Oh, okay.
There are a good number of configurations that come with some of the simple calendar or whatever it's called.
Okay, cool.
And otherwise, you can actually sometimes get an XML file loaded in. Yeah, okay. So I'll go to our end screen and we'll just go wavy. Next time I might have a clever layout for 7 cameras. Let's see what I can do.
Okay.
So see you
Thank
then.
you.
Bye.
Thanks,
awesome.
Bye.